6 Hours of Mexico presented by AT&T. This is the 5th round of the season and the first time that WEC has visited Mexico in the modern era. This is the shortest track in the calendar at 4.3 kilometres and also the highest at 2,200 metres. With us, the latest winner of the race in Germany, Mark Webber from Porsche, representing Audi Sport, Team Yost, Lucas Di Grassi, and from RGR Sport Team in LMP2, Bruno Senna and Ricardo Gonzalez, from Extreme Speed Motorsport, Pipo Derani, and finally returning to WEC after Le Mans debut in 2012, Luis Diaz. Welcome to you all. Mark, starting with you, first impressions of the track and the layout in terms of racing here in Mexico.
Yeah, might be okay if we're on our own, but obviously we have a lot of cars here, so that's a big challenge for us. Obviously the GT cars, normal Ashburner cars, LMP2 are quite slow because of the altitude.
You talk a little about the altitude there affecting the grip level. We talk about engine a lot, but explain a little bit about how it affects the aero and how you lose output.
Well, you have 20% less air, so you have roughly 20% less downforce. It's proportional. Also have less drag, and with a turbo engine and with the hybrid you don't lose anything because you compensate. Well, with the hybrid you don't lose anything because there's no air involved, and with the turbo it's you can get it back. So against the normally aspirated cars, your relative gain is much bigger, and in terms of grip you have 20% less downforce. So every time you brake and you turn, and you cannot put the energy into the tire the way you wanted to. So the car is very light and very easy to do mistakes, and also tricky to overtake, so it's a combination of low grip and tight corners.
As Mark suggested, the Porsche team got you guys in Nürburgring when you were very, very close. How can you overcome that here?
Well, we're pushing very hard. Like he described this, the only tire I have the only new tire I put on the car, and Roman was fighting me on the track, so I was fighting back. But we are trying to, of course, to optimize the car like they are. Mexico is very special because of the cooling. You have less air, you have less air exchanging heat in the radiators, in the intercoolers, in the brake discs, everywhere. So you have a lot of parts specially made for Mexico only, because you can only use it here. So Audi has done a fantastic job back home to make sure that the car was perfectly shaped for here, and we have to get the use of this in the race.
Thank you very much. Bruno, perhaps as close to a home race that you've got all season, but especially the RGR Sport, how's the build-up been for you?
Well, it's close to a home race because we have more Brazilians than anybody else here on the stage, so it's like we've been racing Brazil. But being racing with RGR Sport's been a real pleasure. I think it's easy to see how the team has grown from not being there to being a race challenge winning team. I think we've been learning very fast. Working with Felipe is great. He's got the experience. You know, he comes from being teammates with Lucas, which is quite interesting. Ricardo is for sure the best silver driver out there in the field, and I think he's proving over and over again every race that he can do the job. You know, Le Mans he was really good. He was killing us in a few corners, so me and Felipe had to up our games. And so, you know, he's been driving super consistently. So I think, yeah, coming here to our home race is a real pleasure, and hopefully we can put the performance that the Mexican fans deserve.
And you had a podium the last time out at the Nürburgring, so how can you improve on that momentum?
Well, to be fair, in Nürburgring, compared to the top cars, we weren't very quick. We just had a really strong race in terms of strategy. Towards the end of the race, our performance was better. But in all fairness, I think we did a very good job with strategy, as we've been doing most of the season. So that's how we've been able to challenge all the races for podiums, you know, and apart from the one, of course. So we come to this racetrack with good momentum, with good confidence. So far, from what we've seen, everything seems to be closer than before here for us. So, you know, it's if we can get everything together like we've been mostly doing it before. We're ready to bounce and hopefully get a win in our home race.
Is it really noticeable in the LMP2 cars that you're lacking a lot of horsepower from where you were before?
I mean, everybody came here. It's my first time driving on the big track here, so it's hard to say how much grip we're losing. But yes, I mean, you know that you don't have the same acceleration out of the corners. Suddenly the traction control doesn't work as hard anymore. I think the biggest difference you feel is when you're climbing the stairs to the catering, you get to the top a bit out of breath. But no, it's fun. It's a lot of corners where you're sliding more than normally, and you just have to be careful with your tires and make sure that you don't make any mistakes, because that's very easy as well.
Thank you very much. Ricardo, this must be a great special pleasure for you to be here now, sitting ready for the full celebrating weekend.
It's starting to be a pleasure. Up until 2 days ago, it was a lot of work and not much sleep, but very happy to see the outcome, very happy to see everybody happy to be here, and the WEC team smiling and not running around like crazy. That's important.
And in terms of race experience, how much do you have around this particular layout?
Oh, my last time I raced here was in '99, so pretty much none.
Yeah. Expecting a huge crowd, the numbers sound really, really enthusiastic. How is that going to lift your team, especially carrying the Mexican flag?
It's going to be pressure. Yeah, we're expecting to have the track completely full. So it's going to be nice to see the stadium and see the start of the race. I know how Mexicans go wild, so we're going to enjoy that.
Good stuff, thank you very much. Pipo, the 31 car looks good in practice so far. Do you feel like you've got a good handle on this circuit already?
Yeah, I think for us, obviously learning the track is very important, but together with that we need to learn the new tires. We had a change of manufacturer in the middle of the season, and having ran the Michelins for the first time in Nürburgring, I think it gives us a little bit more confidence coming into this race weekend, and I think everything is working so far really well, and it's a great pleasure to be here. I thought Bruno was saying that he's a great gentleman driver, but I told him, yeah, he looks a good promoter as well, and it's great to be here at this event.
You talked about the tyres a little bit. What have you learned about the Michelin tyre in terms of its benefits over what you were running previously?
Well, it's never easy to change tires in the middle of the season, and I think the tires, both tire manufacturers, they have very different way of building its tires. So I think before anything else, we had to change a lot the car setup to suit the new tires, and then obviously adapt ourselves to the driving style, which had to be a little bit different as well. But with the experience and a full race on our back, I think we should be able now to challenge a little bit further down. It's been a good further up. I think it's been a good season so far. With three podiums apart from Le Mans. Hopefully we can keep that up.
And of course, sort of this home race feeling for the Brazilians here as well, and tequila on the car. This must feel like you'll have a lot of work.
Yeah, I mean, it's a lot of pressure. We can't make any mistakes. We need to finish the race with both cars. It's going to be around 730 guests from the farm and the factory. So I think it's very important for us to have a clean race and make it to the finish line. So, and again, it's Latin. It's very nice to feel welcome and this warm atmosphere from the fans. It's great.
Thank you very much. So welcome back for Luis. First weekend was 2012 in Le Mans for you in the WEC. Great to have a second Mexican-focused team, but how much track time have you had in the car and here?
Well, first of all, hi everyone. Happy to be back for sure. This is, for me, the best series in the world, so it's great to have it here in Mexico. For us, we haven't had enough time, in the car. I would like to have a little bit more. The last time that I drove here it was 2006, and the track is very different right now. But getting used to the car, the team, the team Grips have made a great job, and along with Roberto, Ricardo's brother, we're making steps, so hopefully we can have a good result on Saturday.
Just explain a little bit how hard this is for a team to come off just for one event, to bring a car to an unknown circuit and then try and be competitive.
I mean, it is because you have the best drivers in the world and the best teams, and suddenly you show up. So it's hard because they have been working very hard all year, and they have a good pace, and we have to work extra hard to catch them up. But hopefully, I think if we don't make mistakes, we have a lineup, and the car is pretty decent. So hopefully we will have we can fight with these guys.
And do you have an expectation? Do you have a goal for the weekend?
Yeah, I mean, we would like to fight for the podium. You know, I think it will be a good result for us.